Hello and welcome back to another vlog. I'm in the greenhouse. If you can guess, I'm in the greenhouse, and it's been quite warm today, 34.3 degrees. Overnight it got down to 9 degrees, so there's still a swing in temperature. The temperatures have dropped overall. We've got a cool wind coming in, basically. But I'm in here for a reason, really, because I'm still working on the greenhouse. I'm still trying to get up to some kind of scratch, and I just wanted to introduce you to these. I don't know if you've seen these before. I'm going to take one off and show you one of these little things. They're made of aluminium, and I've forgotten the name of them, but I'm going to put a thing up about what they are. And they screw like that, and you basically put them in the grooves. If you've ever wondered what these grooves are for, by the way, in a greenhouse, because for many years we got gifted this greenhouse, we didn't know what these grooves were for. Well, they're actually for putting things like this, which you can put in the greenhouse to support your plants. And we've got a pack of these. We've got about 15 in a pack. They won't rust because they are aluminium, and they've got these kind of like loops, and they basically, I'll take it off. They come off like that. But then loops, you can connect plants, which I'm going to do tonight. I'm going to show you how we use these. And if you're not using them, you should be, because they are perfect. Now, they've been around for a long time. And many years ago, we used to have things like this. I'll show you. It's that kind of thing. And they do the same job, but they're plastic. And before that, we had things like this, which again are plastic, and they don't last forever. And they're a bit loose now, but we've still got them. But these are much better. These are fantastic. So I'm going to show you how we use that in the greenhouse tonight. So to put these on and to use them, you need to take this little loop thing off here, and that just twists off and unclasps. There, see? Then you've got the screw bit here. Now for that you need a little spanner to tighten that up, and if we put one on here, say there, and you can twist it round, but it will only go that far. It won't go further than that. Tighten it up with my fingers as much as I can, and then just give it a twist on there, and that makes it really strong. So Then we put this on here. We can open up that gap there. That's it. And that's how we get them on. You see they're really quite strong, and you can use them in several ways. You can put wire through them, suspending wire to suspend plants from the ceiling. It's great for cucumbers and tomatoes and melons as well. So you're actually converting the greenhouse into a grow frame as well as a grow house. It's a grow frame which can support all your plants, and you can have them going down the sides here. Wherever you see a groove, they're perfectly formed so that they will fit into that groove, which is perfect for growing plants. And I'm going to use these today to show you what I'm going to do with my tomato plants here that I've got growing underneath them. See, they just fit in there, and then tighten them up. So here, I put these tomatoes in the other week, so they haven't been in long. But what I've decided to do is I've decided to train them up some cord, and I've got some garden cord jute here that you can get from any supermarket. It's quite cheap. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut some cord, and the traditional way of doing it is to take the cord and bury it with the roots of the plant, and as the plant grows the cord gets stronger and stronger and supports the plant from where you take it from. So I'm going to take this, usually take it from the middle, if I can take it from the middle. That is taken from the middle. But before I do anything, I need to unravel it. There we go. So if I take this plant, and I'll do this with all the plants around here, take it out, be careful not to disturb it too much. Digging a hole. And I'm just going to wrap the string around the root ball, just like that. That's all I'm going to do, not too tight. Then bury it again. Firm it down. As such. Being careful not to pull the string too much. and I'm going to tie it loosely. So I'm going to cut it less to shape. And that's the first one I've done there. You will I'll put it on time lapse now, and I will show you how I get on with this. Now once it's in that position, what we can do around here is just gently wrap the tomato around the string as it grows, and that will naturally support the plant, and we'll keep doing that as it grows. I'm not going to put a knot in it at the moment because I don't want it to put too much strain on the plant. I don't want to pull it up from the ground. Obviously once it starts growing, this will become quite taut, and it will become the main support for the plant. Now if you're worried about the heaviness of the fruit and stuff like that, you can double up on this cord, so you can double it, which might be an idea if you're growing things like beefsteaks, particularly heavy crops. But I'll put it on time lapse and I'll show you the process of doing this little batch of plants here and see how we get on. And the final thing, I'm going to use some of these, which are kind of loops, to use the sticks that we've already got in there as additional support for the tomatoes. So it's not just the strings. The strings can be extended right up here and right up to the top of the roof, depending on how tall the tomatoes grow. So I'm going to use these just to add additional support to the plant and keep them going true, rather than closing up together on this support. And that's how we grow tomatoes up a string. You'll be seeing more of this if you keep watching the channel. You'll be seeing more of me growing these and how they develop up these string bits. It's a really effective way of managing tomatoes in a small space. Keep them to a single cordon and pinch out the side shoots, the side cordons, which, if you look at this, there's one there. It's in between a leaf and the main stem, and these side shoots need to be pinched out so that they just go up one cordon. This only applies to indeterminate varieties of tomatoes, and they're the ones that grow like vines. The bush varieties, where the tomatoes basically grow as a bush, they don't need any of this. You just put them in, they'll grow, and all the tomatoes come and ripen at once, whereas these keep on growing throughout the growing season, and they will grow forever. If they were certainly in the Mediterranean, they wouldn't stop growing. So this is how it's done. Some of the plants I'm going to leave, and some of them I'm going to string up, and we'll see the difference between the two. So thanks for joining us. I hope you've liked this vlog, and if you have, then give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel and all of that stuff that you're supposed to do for YouTube. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye.